setting up mine as well. I ain't not gonna do it for so long. I feel like I'm on a podcast right now, but it doesn't help because my phone only sees me. It don't see you and me.
Oh well.
Oh well. I don't know.
So yeah.
Hey guys, we're back at it for the third meetup.
Yep.
You know, I always kind of have trouble fixing myself because Corey's got a lot of lights, and some of them are good, and some of them are not good. You know.
I'm gonna give this its own separate window.
Yeah, I might wait for the conversation to get flowing, and then I'll start streaming on my Instagram. But we have one person in the lobby.
Yeah, I'm just posting about this on my other pages.
Yeah, the thumbnail didn't change. I don't know why. Just post it. I mean, you need something. You need something, right? You know.
Yep.
Oh, look at my neck veins. For a person that didn't work out that much, my muscles sure are defined tonight. Ha. Oh, and it's come hell or high water outside. I mean, it's been raining all day. The wind is like, and there's a big tree that got knocked on the interstate. Me and Corey, it took us a while to get home because we couldn't pass. We had to wait for them to clear the tree out. You know, it was kind of nuts. Nuts. Uh-huh. You always saying stuff. Anytime I say something, you know, like that could appear as an innuendo for Corey, he's always got to make a comment and laugh. Like, hey, Corey, I want to come over. You said you would come over. I'm like, really, Corey? Like, I can't even say the word COME anymore. Like, I have to say I arrived. Like, I will arrive over instead of I will come over. Because he won't stop. He will not stop it.
Now, are you trying to get my
your live stream demonetized?
Yeah,
no.
like last time.
I got his.
There's a good story for you guys.
Uh-huh.
Go back to the live chat. Me and him did with his brother last year.
You can't see it because we had to unlist it.
First, it gets demonetized. Then it gets age-gated about a month later.
Yeah.
I just privated it after that.
We was some naughty boys, apparently. My brother, he was drinking alcohol in the video. And, like, I had flashed my nipple. And, you know, of course, we used some explicative words, like the F word, the H word.
Well, we didn't really drop.
We dropped a couple, but I don't know. So we have to be good little girls and boys for this live stream because I don't want Corey to get demonetized. Otherwise, I can't watch this when I'm on my way home back to Louisiana. That's a Nerf gun. You're going to get demonetized for gun promotion.
Oh, you see, you just used the G word, so that's going to...
Gun. G-U-N-E. There's like an algorithm.
It's a tool.
Robot that listens to the audio sound waves, and if it hears a word, it's like, oh, red flag. This video has guns in the audio of the video. It must not be for children.
Oh, the visual bot's gonna look at that and say it's a beer can.
Oh, uh-huh. Even though it's clearly a Faygo, which is like some of the worst soda I've ever had before.
I'll be honest with you, this stuff ain't bad, but there's some of that out there. Ugh.
Like, I know we trying to like save money here, but Coca-Cola products are not that expensive, people.
Well,
they're really not that expensive. It depends on how you get them.
Hey, a can of soda, like a can of Coke,
yeah,
99 cents.
Yeah.
Bottle of water these days costs you like $2.
Yeah. So they want us to all be healthy, but the water's more expensive than the soda. Figure that one out.
Oh, that's like a salad. You pay $5 for a salad. You can get a cheeseburger for like $2.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive than that, but a McDouble. You could get a McDouble for $2, you know.
Sponsor.
Which I would. The meat on the McDouble, I don't know about that. I don't think it's real on a McDouble. It's probably that puree stuff that we all see in like those backroom images that McDonald's 11 things McDonald's doesn't want you to know about. Like those kind of clickbaity videos. The pink sludge You know, that's been popped up before. That's probably what's on the McDouble is the pink sludge.
Oh, by the way, quick note to you guys watching.
Uh-huh.
If the stream gets disconnected, we are dealing with some serious weather here right now.
Yeah, some severely bad weather. Like something just hit the freaking house from outside, but we said we was gonna do the stream, so we're gonna do the stream, you know. And I think I'm gonna turn mine on, even though nobody's gonna watch on my Instagram. It says it's checking the connection, you know. Just waving to my Instagram followers to let them know that I'm momentarily streaming. I can't get core. I mean, maybe if I turn the orientation side.
No, nobody wants
Instagram only works up and down. It doesn't work.
Nobody wants to see my ugly face.
Yeah, nobody wants to see you, Corey. Nobody wants to see you. They all want to see me.
Oh.
But it is still fun nonetheless.
I know it's a long shot, but
I'm live streaming on Discord right now with my friend Corey, who is out of camera shot. Probably not gonna keep this on for very long, but just want to say hi, hello, anybody that tunes in to this.
Who are these people joining?
I don't know, because my Instagram profile, I used to keep it privated for a really long time, and then I recently was like, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna let the public see what I post. So a lot of these people probably tuning in, they probably don't even follow me.
Yep.
It's just they have the access to it now, so they can see it, you know. But yeah. What we got here? We had a good day today. What did we do? Let's talk about what we did today.
Went to Doolittle's.
We went to Du Bois, Pennsylvania, which is like 30 minutes away from Corey's house. And it's got it's very train themed. Pennsylvania is a very it's rooted in the railroad industry. There was a lot of railroads that originated from Pennsylvania, like the Shawmut Line. There's a Pennsylvania State Railroad. That's probably like the most obvious one. And then there's like a couple little other ones that over time they've been bought out by bigger companies. But Pennsylvania remains very deeply rooted in the history of the railroad industry. So there's a lot of railroad stuff here to do, you could say. And so Du Bois, they have there's this guy, I don't know his name, but he opened up like this place called Doolittle's Station. It's he got a bunch of like railroad coaches, cabooses, and he got them shipped to his place of business. Got them shipped by rail, had them hauled onto the street and into the parking lot, put them on some tracks with brakes on them, and it is literally a dining hall. It is several restaurants. There's a brewery. There's a place called the Boxcar Brewery. It's literally made inside of a boxcar and a coach and a caboose. Like, that is just the coolest shit I have ever seen in my freaking life, especially as like a train enthusiast, you know, just posting up in a boxcar, drinking some kind of concoction that they made. And this is my third visit up here, and it's kind of like we have to do it. We have to do it every time we go. But today we could have maybe waited because we were trying to go to some place called Oil City, because there's like a brand new hobby shop that just opened in Oil City. And Corey was like, oh, well, you know, we're going to go check on it Monday before you leave. I'm like, well, let me look at the business hours. Bitch, it is closed tomorrow and Monday. I'm leaving to go back to Louisiana Tuesday. And so, like, it was open today. It was open today from 2 to 4. But Corey didn't check. He didn't actually check when it was open. He just assumed that it would be open when we wanted to go. And I was like, Corey, no, that is not how society works anymore. You have to look and see like when stuff is actually open, because otherwise you're going to miss it. And in this case, I only do this trip like once a year. I'm coming a lot earlier than I'm arriving, so he can't make a joke.
What's your point?
I'm arriving to Pennsylvania earlier than I normally do. And the whole reason for that even too is because there was supposed to be like a train show this weekend in a place called Somerville, Summerfield Train Show. And it's like kind of a newer thing that they were doing. They do a toy show every spring, and Corey's always wanted me to come to that. Well, to this year they were going to differentiate it by having one that's like the regular toy show, and then like the one in March, a month before, would be like the train show specifically. Well, for whatever reason, maybe they didn't have enough people coming, maybe they didn't have enough attendees, whatever. They canceled it. So I still had the trip booked. So obviously, like I came up here, but it's cold, it's wet, it's windy. And the weather that I left down south in Louisiana, oh, it's so nice. It's so sunny. It's so warm. They had a color festival going on where you throw stuff at people. And I came up here to be with this dude, which Instagram can't see, but my friend Corey. There he is. To be with this guy for this weekend to play with trains, make gumbo. I only recently learned how to make gumbo like a month or two ago. And oh my God, it came out so good. It's especially like gumbo is really good when it's cold. You don't want to eat gumbo when it's hot. You know, you're not eating gumbo in the middle of the summer. Like that just doesn't happen. You're gonna do it when it's cold outside, and it's like 40 degrees, and the wind chill makes it feel like it's freezing. Like I just have a shirt and a jacket and like a pair of blue jeans and like a thin pair of socks, and I have some gloves, and I definitely feel like I still wasn't enough. I was so tempted to go to Walmart and buy like them ugly, thick, woolly socks that like only old dudes wear, you know. Get some Nike New Balances that have insulation in them. Something like that. I don't know. But it's all good. So that was what we were going to do Monday, though, was go see this brand new shop that opened up. And then the toy show, before it got canceled, we were going to do that tomorrow. So we're honestly really not sure what to do.
That would have been today.
Oh, that would have been today?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. So we're really not fully sure what to do. I mean, we're best friends. We've known each other for 13 years, so we'll find something to do.
I don't know about best friends.
But, oh, really? We're not best friends, but we've known each other for 13 years, and I fly up here once a year to come see your ass for a couple days? Honestly.
Not some like people. They say.
Anyway, I'm signing off on Instagram. Goodbye, Instagram people.
Instagram. Used to think that was my grandmother on speed dial.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
So I'm posting it to, posting it up here in case anybody wants to see it.
So,
which probably not, but anyway.
No,
my hair looked good.
Today was pretty much good, spent a lot of time running trains, things like that.
Yeah. But no, in reality though, if we would have known, I guess, that the Oil City place was open today, then we would have gone there today, and we probably would have done Doolittle's either tomorrow or Monday. But it's okay. It's all right. I'm not mad.
It's all good.
I'm all good. Even though I'll admit I really wanted to see this. Well, because it's kind of weird. So, like, it's a hobby shop, which you would think, okay, like trains, models, whatever. No, this has, like, literally everything. Like, literally, this has, like, everything. They have Magic the Gathering. They got, like, Pokemon. They probably got Yu-Gi-Oh! There. And they got toy trains. They got every single kind of, like, common hobby that you can, like, think of that people would like under the same roof. It's kind of crazy, pretty honestly. But it's all good, baby. There'll be other chances to like do some things,
like next year.
Yeah. So next year, I guess, or if I do decide that I'll come later this year, I'm just not sure. One thing that I might like to try to do is I usually like to go see my grandmother because she lives in Nashville. So sometimes I like to do is kind of book the trips at the same time. It's like a 2-week or a 10-day long trip total. And I'll spend half of it over there and then like half of it over here and then come home. Pittsburgh is further out, so I'd probably go to Pittsburgh first, do my stuff at Corey, fly to Nashville, and then go back home to Lafayette, which is where I live. And
Don't mind
in case I wasn't established. Oh, in fact, this shirt is actually the flag for Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm not sure what the castle is for because there are no freaking castles in Lafayette. There's no castles whatsoever in Lafayette.
Okay, so apparently I'm Chris Kyle and you're Ringo Starr.
Why? Hello, Chris Kyle and Ringo Starr. Oh, I'm Chris Kyle, definitely.
Like I told you, Michael, if I'm Chris Kyle, that means I'm an American sniper.
Chris
and
Kyle,
if I were you,
I
would not be pissing off someone who can end your life from another zip code.
He had a nice beard and nice muscles, and he was a respected guy who could, like he said, kill someone from another zip code. So that's pretty good. Anyway, so what do you want to talk about since it's just YouTube now and I turn my Instagram live off?
Well, I said, we did some model railroading today.
Yeah. I guess we're going to post a video. I don't think that there'll be like a ton of videos from this weekend, but you know, we are going to post some stuff. So one of the things that I want to do, and this isn't really like a secret or nothing, but a long time ago, for anybody that knows or anybody that doesn't know, whichever, I made like a little show. It was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles. It was like a live action Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I made it with my friends while we were all in high school. I graduated high school 2014, and we started making it like 2011, 2012. So we literally started it like a decade ago, at least. And so over the years, I don't really know. I just kind of like felt like doing it again, I guess. I just felt like doing it again. It's fun. It was something that I keep playing with my shirt. I'm sorry. It was fun. We had a great time. And I still have kind of collected dual disc over the years. So I have 4 of them, and they're all different. I have a Battle City dual disc. I have the Seal of Orichalcos dual disc. I have the Yusei Fudo dual disc, the version 2, because version 1 sucks. Version 1 Yusei Fudo got like these weird little pop-up things that, they ain't right. The regular Yusei doesn't have that. That's the best one, but that one's hard to find. And then I also have the GX Academy dual disc. So the only one I was able to fit, unfortunately, and because it's the most compact, is the Seal of Orichalcos dual disc. I really wanted to try to take, like the GX Academy dual disc or something because it works with sleeves. These don't. This is like the early ones. And as you can see, I mean, this fits in my carry-on really easily. It extends all the way out. And that's when you're ready to crush your opponents and send them to the Shadow Realm. But it's really just a prop anyways. Like, over the years, I've kind of learned that you can sometimes put the real cards on there, but it's really advised that you don't. Because these things, if you actually care about your Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection, you will never, ever put your cards in this ever. Because this thing ruins them. I don't know what it is about it, but like the cardboard, I mean, because this stuff is like, it's cardboard. If it gets wet, I mean, it's like, it's not like a poker card, like these things cannot take a lot of abuse. So sleeves are definitely required. But even when they're in sleeves, how many, like this is a field spell zone. You know how many times I put some in this field spell zone, close it up, and then turn it around and that card's all bent to shape? No. So yes, you have to forgive me if I don't feel like putting my $50 or $100 or God forbid my $200 or $300 Yu-Gi-Oh decks in my dual disc, because then I might not have those cards anymore. So it's a prop though. Me and Corey, actually tomorrow, we're going to be filming an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh Chronicles because Corey's going to be in the show. And spoilers, there's like a moment where he duels a bad guy. And what we were going to just do at first was I was going to film my shots at home and he was going to film his shots here, but he doesn't have a dual disc. So, I would either have to, mail the dual disc up to him and he'd film his scenes and send it back. But this is a cool opportunity because we're both here at the same time with the dual disc. We can do our shots. We can do the episode. I don't believe that the episode will be edited and completed and uploaded by the time I leave because there's a lot. This is a very complex kind of video where a lot goes into it. The video itself is probably going to be somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes long. We had the script though. The script is not that long. The script is actually only like 3 pages. The duel is not. It's not a long duel, but it's like a very combo heavy duel. And then I do have some of the like the dialogue between me and Corey is scripted, but it's also gonna be ad-libbed a little bit, because I wanted to allow room for flexibility and just have a skeleton. So if you want to pause, boom, there's a script. All right, that's all you're gonna see. Someone could probably like pause the live screen and like read it. So that's just sneak peek. It's actually probably going to go on my YouTube because Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles is my thing. But, all the credit will be provided to Corey as well. I assure you that we give credit to our artists, and I'm so out of the game. I don't even know how to my Reese's peanut butter egg. I'm so out of the game. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to edit videos anymore. I did recently purchase Filmora Pro, which is what Corey has. So the fact that we're using the same, editing software does help a lot because I think we can also send, I'm not fully sure, but I think we can send projects to each other through it. I'm willing to bet that we could. So that would help a lot if that's true, because that means he could edit something on his end and then I could send it back to him. And then, that would really help a lot. Other than that, we have flash drives because I think that there are, I'll probably have to do Google Drive. I think that there are ways that you can upload bigger video files to the internet. Google Drive is one of them, I think.
Remember back in the day we had Mega Upload?
Mega Upload before.
Those were the days.
Yeah, or MediaFire.
I think we still got that, though.
Corey, why is this your live stream and I'm the one doing all the talking?
I don't know. Why is there only one person on here right now?
Well, there was 3. They probably left because you wasn't doing nothing.
So, I was out on a boat with some friends one time, and this one guy was just like, "Come to the back of the boat."
This is not a real story.
No,
there's no way.
It's not. Well, Zach did talk about that.
Yep.
It's definitely an option, but even postage these days is ridiculous. You want to send a small flash drive, I think even first class, you just throw it in a padded envelope. It's still going to cost you like $5.25, I think. Was the
right.
cheapest.
So I think we should probably look at the Google Drive options and see what that would be, because that would help a lot if we could just do that,
Definitely. I mean, yeah. A lot of, it's like paying your bills anymore too. It's so much easier to just do it online or over the phone, whichever.
Right. Ooh. Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn.
I don't like Lady Gaga.
I like Lady Gaga. She all right.
Oh, Douglas joined.
Oh, hey, Douglas.
Hey, what's happening?
He says he's still here. I didn't realize you was here at all. So I'm glad that you're here, though.
He's kind of hiding in the background.
Hiding in the background.
That's what he does. That's kind of his trademark. Just like he watches my channel.
Yeah.
But he doesn't often comment. He's still there.
He's a silent observer.
He's hiding in the shadows, waiting for opportunity.
Yeah.
And when he finds it, he goes back into the shadows.
So, fun fact, we're in Pennsylvania right now. The Hershey Chocolate Company is actually in Pennsylvania, and it's in a town called Hershey. I think it's like an hour southwest of Philly. I think it's like I looked at it one time. It's like within an hour's drive of Philly, and I would love to go, but this dude, he don't ever want to go on no road trips with me. So
I went on road trips with you last year, and even off-road trips. Oh, that was good.
I know it's so funny. We actually this year, the rental car company, they actually gave me a really good vehicle this time for only $40 a day too. Because like last year, I literally paid like $70 or some crap a day for that car. And when somehow this year I got super lucky and it was only 40. And I got a Jeep Compass, which is like a mid-size SUV, and it has like 4-wheel drive, and then you just push a button and it turns it on. I don't think I'll need it this year, but you know, these last 2 years we did some off-roading. I tell you what, because some of these roads in Pennsylvania, man, they still got gravel on them. Sometimes it's just a grass path, and like to with this weather we're having all weekend, which is cold, wet, and raining. Yeah, I definitely needed to use the 4-wheel drive, so I'm glad I have it this time.
That's what if you're like Christian there, he's got that
Little Corolla with
hybrid. It's like,
yeah,
and that thing just no. I mean, he was even complaining he got here. He's like, these roads are terrible. I'm like, welcome to Pennsylvania.
Welcome to Pennsylvania, baby. Whoop, whoop.
We go fishing in potholes.
I do like it here a lot, actually. I mean, it is so much different from Louisiana, though. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because we got mountains here. Down in Louisiana, you stand on a chair, you see the entire state.
And it's whole freaking cold here.
Too bad.
I love to come visit here. And like, I'm a registered nurse. If I ever decided to do like travel nursing, would maybe like come up here. Like, I would have to stay in Pittsburgh though, because this is too boring for me to stay. I'm a city boy. I have to be stimulated. So like, I'll happily come visit him like on the weekends, or during time off or whatever. But I would be based in Pittsburgh. I would not be based in Du Bois or Clarion or Brookville. Pittsburgh, baby. Boom. And then I just drive. He lives like 2 hours. So it's only like 70 miles, but because it's like all windy roads, there's no like straight shot. It takes 2 hours to drive 70 miles, which it is what it is. I mean, there is a regional airport in Du Bois, but the problem is like
extra cost.
I can get to Pittsburgh in about 6 hours, and then I get a rental car, and then I drive the 2. So it takes me about 8 hours to get here from the moment that I leave my house. Trying to fly into Du Bois, you still go into Pittsburgh anyway. Like no matter which way you come from, you are going to be routed through the Pittsburgh airport regardless. And then they make you wait like a ridiculously. There must not be a lot of flights between Du Bois and Pittsburgh. I don't know, because the layover time is like 3 hours, and when you get up in the air, it's like a 30-minute flight to come back down. So you do the math and you're like, I can literally get a car and drive here faster from Pittsburgh than to try to get another connection here. So, and any other way, I mean, that's the fastest way. It's probably the most expensive way, but it's also the fastest way. Because taking a train here, well, that's 2 days.
You're
driving a car here, that's 2 days.
You still got your time regardless.
Yeah.
So how much is your time worth to you as well?
My time is worth a lot to me. Like, I would maybe do a road trip if there was like 3 of us. Because one thing that is kind of cool though is, like I said, my grandma lives in Nashville, so technically I could drive from like Lafayette to Nashville, spend the night, and then I could drive from Nashville to here. But then it's I'm showing up really, really late in the evening. So I would just rather just bite the bullet, spend the hundreds of dollars for the plane ticket and the rental car, and just fly and drive, because Otherwise it takes me forever. It's like, the whole journey is like over 1,000 miles, which that's a long way. I don't know if you've ever flown 1,000 miles, but that's a long way to travel. And to then still have to drive 2 hours still to get to your destination. It's a lot. It's a lot. But
I would walk 500.
it's a true
miles
testament
and
to our
I
friendship,
would
at least, because there's not a lot of people I would do that for. And I hope you know that. There's not a lot of people that I would be flying 1,000 miles in the air, paying the money for a rental car, and still drive 2 hours to come see your butt.
Is that being sentimental again?
It's whatever you want it to be. Oh my God.
You just hit the pipe up there.
That's your freaking pipe, not mine. And you guys have in my eye. Oh, now the video is demonetized for violence. Violence. Ugh.
Missed. Oh, I almost you turned your head too quick.
He threw a can at me. Corey, you are gonna get your video demonetized.
Yeah, I'm gonna get demonetized because I threw a candy wrapper at you.
Yeah, because you domestic violence. I better stop. Them YouTube bots, they don't play.
I don't like those YouTube bots.
Screw them.
It's called
them.
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's not a person. It's a robot. And then even when you get a person, it's like, well, YouTube has guidelines that we must follow in order to be friendly
I think
for our potential advertisers.
I think
and
personally,
your video, upon further review by a human like myself, does not go in line with the type of content that our investors would like to see, so we cannot monetize your video. It's basically a conversation like
I think
that.
personally we deal with two different sets of rules for YouTubers.
Yeah.
Because here's something funny for you.
Let's listen.
I knew a YouTuber. I'm not going to mention names just because I don't think it's relevant.
Uh-huh.
But I knew a YouTuber there. Some viral video of somebody shooting a propane tank and it exploding. He shared that video in his some talk or Reddit thing that he does. Basically, when he shared that in his video, it got demonetized. Yet the original video that he pinched to put in his video, it was still monetized. It had no restrictions. So what does that tell you?
Playing favorites.
And it wasn't like there was anything else in his video that triggered that. It was, in fact, that one video clip. It's like I said, I think we deal with two different sets of rules for YouTubers. You got some people that can literally get away with murder.
Yep.
They're demonetized. While the rest of us just cannot climb the rope.
Mm-hmm. Can't do it. It's hard to do. But so what do we want to talk about? I guess. So we talked about the fact that we're gonna do Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles tomorrow. But I still don't know what we're gonna do Monday. It really sucks that we didn't know. But maybe we could go if you're not busy. We could go for a drive. We could go back to the Allegheny Mountains.
Yes, the Allegheny.
We could go to the Kinzuya Bridge again.
And I can throw you off of it this time, or what's left of it.
We're gonna do something.
I'll tell you right now, though, it would probably be easier to get in and out of the valley again.
Oh well, this time we'll come prepared. So when we went to the valley, anybody Amish tube needs to get their stuff together. I will agree with you on that one. Although I will say too, we're also in Amish country, Pennsylvania.
Not quite.
There's a lot of Amish people here.
Not around.
They have their own school, and the school is like the size of Corey's basement. It is a small school. I'm not judging. I'm not judging it at all. But it's a culture that is very different from mine. Anyways, and they have a neighbor down the street that is Amish, and they do not have a car. They have a horse-drawn buggy. It looks like a black hearse or something. Like it's a carriage, and it's got reflectors on it, and they don't have turn signals now. It's like when you're riding a bike and they turning this way, you're turning that. Well, I think when you turn left, you just do this, and when you turn right, you do this. And it's like a woman, and she looks like she's dressed from the Scarlet Letter or something. Left, and then turn that horse, and then yeah. So it's kind of weird, like to think like in this day and age, where we're like all in the future and like all in technology and stuff. I come over here and I feel like I'm living in 1982 or something, It's like
1982.
It's different. Yep. It's just I'm just throwing a dart at a date, and that's the date that was in my head. Or maybe maybe even further beyond that. Maybe we need to go back to like the 1700s or something, like the Salem, like the Salem witch trials, 1700s or something. I don't know.
Let's go back to the 1400s.
I don't know why. The furthest I would want to go back is like the 50s. That would be
1950. That was I personally like the 70s myself.
Yeah.
TV was good in the 70s.
Hello, Levi darling. Thanks for joining the chat. And thanks for saying
Levi.
Hello.
One of my regular viewers, commenters, someone I need to pay more attention to and respond to for once.
You probably need to always engage.
I need to catch up on comments and messages again.
There's really not that many so far, regrettably.
Well, yeah, on here.
Even though a lot of people don't watch our live streams, we still do them because we like doing it. It kind of gives us a moment to sit down and like talk to each other.
And we're at least amusing ourselves.
I'm amusing myself very much. And then like when I go home, it's like I said, it's a 2-hour car ride back to that airport.
It's like I said before, this is my channel. You have a problem, you can just leave. I don't give.
And I get a little sentimental, I guess, too. Like I get a little emotional whenever I leave because I'm not going to see him again for a really long time,
That's probably a good thing.
And I like it up here. I do. Not enough to like live here, but I like it enough to come visit.
That's the way.
It's a heavy investment to come up here. This is why I can't do it more often. So let's talk about something. So Corey made a video about us going to
Nazar.
Hi. It's NZ Arduin, not Nazar Duin. He just don't care about saying it right,
I could say it how some other people say it.
Nazar Duin. I think that's how you say it. He's gonna be playing Diesel 11 in
1990s.
The NZ. I was born in 1996, but I was a baby, so I'm technically like a 2000s baby, I guess, or a 2000s gen. Because unless you were like at least 5 years old, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So 1995 is like the cutoff to be considered.
Well, actually, you were killed last year.
I was killed last year.
Remember that?
No! Oh God, he's talking about the stupid videos we made. Okay, so anyways.
So you died not once, but twice.
When I came here in 2021, we visited a hobby shop, which we will not name. But if you want to know what the hobby shop is so bad, go watch the video. But 2021, we did like a kind of like an American Pickers style, where it's like these two Joe Blows that they go visit a place and look for good deals. That's American Pickers right there. So we found this hobby shop in Du Bois, and they had this incredible amount of like Thomas stuff from like early Thomas, like Fisher Price, before Mattel ever got their hands on the Thomas franchise. This is still when like Ghislaine, like the Britt Allcroft Ghislaine company, like still owned Thomas, and they had Learning Curve, they had like wooden railway. They didn't have the stupid Thomas wood. They have like the actual wooden railway stuff that's like actually cool. And then you had like the Ertls that are super popular. They weren't really popular at the time, they just had like a lot of post-cultural hype. Like, I think that's probably why the range ended up getting discontinued. It's because it just wasn't that popular. It's one of those things. It got popular after it was gone because nowadays Thomas Ertls are worth a pretty good penny. Not all of them, of course, but like, you know, Flying Scotsman, that's like a $70. That thing had a retail price of like 10 or $15, and it sells for like $70 mint in the package on eBay. And they had stuff like that at this shop. They had like all kinds of rare crap at this stuff just sitting there.
Ertl Smudger is another one that can command like $60.
Oh yeah. They had some 5-packs.
The slate trucks, if you can even find them.
Oh yeah, those slate trucks are super rare. Like they had like the rarest of the rare stuff. It was all mint and all on the shelf.
Well, and the freaking prices, $7.29 a piece for.
They were literally charging like MSRP for these, or maybe like $1 or $2 above MSRP. I don't think they even knew that eBay and the internet existed.
I mean, it was one of the, well, some of the stuff was priced clear back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
I think like the newest price tag
was from like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Like 2012 was when, like the newest price tag.
Remember the Diapet Thomas trains you reviewed?
Oh yeah, it's been a year or two.
He still has them. They just he has like some layouts behind me.
Yeah, everything's torn down.
It's torn down right now. He's doing some restructuring. Yes. But usually he'll have the Diapets, positioned on the layout just for looksies. But anyway, so what was I going for? So I made a video about that. And we didn't realize it at the time.
Well, not just about that stuff. We basically did something on the entire hobby shop, like looking at everything.
We looked in the hobby shop. We looked at
die-cast cars, model trains, airplanes, model kits, pretty much anything hobby related that was in there.
Like pretty much half of the video was like 30 minutes long, and pretty much like over half of it was us going to this shop. And we thought, oh, we're doing cool. We're shouting out a small business. People gonna come. We did not realize the Pandora's box that we opened. Oh my God, it was terrible. So long story short, as everybody knows probably, or most people should, a bunch of scalpers came. A bunch. Like within like 2 weeks. Within like 2 weeks of the video dropping, there were already people traveling from out of freaking state, like Ohio and Michigan and New York and all these other places in the area, literally driving here to come to Du Bois just to go to that shop and take all the stuff off the walls and scalp it. And it was a huge thing. It was a huge drama. Huge. We opened something that we had no idea what we did not know the ramifications that were going to come from that. And it's not, nobody got in trouble, but it was like we stumbled on this gold mine. This is a literal time capsule gold mine of like over 100 different vintage mint in the box Thomas items. And within a month or two, they're just all gone.
Well, quite a bit of it was, but
the stuff that stayed behind was the stuff everybody has, like Ertl Percy and Ertl James and Ertl Annie and Clarabelle.
Then there was other like few track packs for like Wooden Railway.
Yeah,
bunch of like either knockoff or Brio track.
All of the good stuff was gone, basically. So we came back last August in 2022, and there's like nothing, hardly any of that stuff is all gone. And I come back this year, and that same hobby shop is now closing its doors and auctioning off everything. Within 7 days, virtually everything on the website will be sold. Everything is starting at a $1 bid. They're selling everything from the gumball machines to the shelving units to the trains. They are selling every single asset of this store. Like, it's just gone. We tried to go see if we could go visit the store, but the store is closed. I'm not sure why. I guess they're doing some stuff. So
Well, they can't really sell anything because it's all being auctioned off.
So the store is closed. It's no longer open to the public.
And pretty much
and everything
before April's even out, everything's going to be gone.
By the end of April, everything should be gone. It's a little sad because we're not really sure if this is what was going to happen to the shop eventually, even if we had never made the video. But it definitely does make us wonder if our video and the ramifications that came from it did kind of influence the end result of this.
Well, I mean, one thing that should be noted is that, within basically weeks of these scalpers coming through, the owner upped the prices on stuff because the guy doubled them. The guy knew what was going on.
Like he pretty much almost doubled the price. Like I think we said that James
was originally $7.29. Now he's $15.
Yes. So $16. like literally some of the remaining stuff was doubled in price. It wasn't we wasn't just talking by like going up $2 or $3. We're talking like 50, like the price went up 50%.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Which I mean, while that probably did deter the scalpers, it kind of like if you had legitimate collectors, customers that wanted to come in there for something, they weren't going to pay those prices, especially when you can buy something on eBay for less and still, for less, even including the shipping.
So I think it's so basically the shop kind of didn't become affordable anymore. Like it was become too expensive.
Well, then they were apparently on the lookout for shady customers.
So if you came in and you was buying certain stuff or whatever, then all of a sudden you was getting like, are you sure you're not going to be going on sale? Stuff that they maybe should have done when they was getting scalped right under their nose. It's like, hey, there's this guy who's coming in and he's buying like 30 pieces of Thomas the Tank Engine merchandise. I wonder if I should ask him what he's going to do with it. Like, hey man, where are you from?
Then I mean, especially if you got these...
you're from Los Angeles, California, and you're here to buy 30 pieces of Thomas Earl stuff. You're spending $500. Oh man, let me ask my manager. Like, they just kind of
and it's funny because there are shops or small.
Because the manager was pissed. The manager was so pissed. Apparently,
I mean,
granted, all these people came and just scalped it all at like a bargain.
Yeah. And I mean, granted, you do have to be fair here. The guy really didn't lose money. He just didn't make as much as he could have.
Right. So I don't know.
It's amazing the lengths a lot of people went to. Everyone from the people that work there, from the people that went in to scalp, to the people that, basically condone that kind of activity. It really is crazy.
Right. And, it's a shame because that's not what I wanted to see for that shop. Now, it's not the only shop. In fact, there's this whole brand new shop that opened up in Oil City, which unfortunately, because of Corey, we won't be able to go see it.
Yeah, it's my fault.
It is your fault. It is so your fault. I want to take my hands. I want to wring them around his neck. But it's okay. It's all right. I'm gonna send him to the Shadow Realm tomorrow after our Yu-Gi-Oh duel. So I got my piece.
I wish I had some ammunition for this. Should have bought some yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad for you. That's a too bad for you. I'm rubbing my belly for good luck.
2004 Hasbro. Made in China.
Everything made in China. What else is new?
Do not aim at eyes or face. To avoid injury, use only darts designed for this product. Do not modify darts or dart blaster. See, they call it a blaster.
It's a blaster. Okay.
Yeah, No, I'm not going to finish that.
It's a blaster, yo. Because we always be blasting.
Oh, man.
Anyways. I ain't worried about nothing. What's done is done. The only thing I guess I'll say is that it really did kind of teach a good lesson though about sometimes bad things can happen when you're trying to do a good thing. And what I would recommend, the takeaway from our experience with this hobby shop and what happened, is if you ever come across another gold mine, don't talk about it. You can maybe mention like the name of the shop, but we have learned definitely don't like.
Well,
I'm not gonna be able to go to Oil City because it's closed. But if Corey goes to Oil City to this hobby shop and he sees like, man, they got some Thomas Earls here, like, he is not gonna show them. He's not gonna show you them. He's not gonna tell you that they're there.
well, you see,
We're gonna be very, very careful about what further details we ever divulge.
well, see, here's the
about
big
this.
thing too. I look at, if we had not shown if we had not shown like everything that was there, then these people who went in to scalp, chances are they would have been a little less
likely to come.
Yeah, because there was no guarantee
That
that something was going to be there.
Like basically the reason why these people felt so comfortable, one of them literally came from as far away as like Los Angeles. Not gonna say who, but there was literally some people that came from like across the freaking country just to go to this shop. I'm serious. And that is because when we filmed the shop, and the owners were cool, but they knew he was making the video. They was all for it.
They even liked it. I mean, they even shared
it on their page. They thanked us for stopping by.
Told us to come back,
We filmed so much of that shop. From the moment you walked in the door, I mean, we looked at the YouTube analytics, and the parts of the video that had the most viewership were the parts where me and Corey were showing the shelves and oh yeah, look, around the corner here, here's all the Thomas stuff. Like we had boxes, so they had so much crap or stuff. I mean, they had so much stuff that they even had boxes of it. They even had boxes,
full cartons. Some
boxes,
were just full cartons,
like this big, this tall, this big, where they had like they had like more mint in the pack. It was like it just didn't end. They were probably sitting on like 2 decades worth of Earl stuff that they had just collected and never sold because the market here was small. Whether we did
that and it was kind of hidden. A lot of people knew about it.
Yeah, but they sure knew about it after we showed them. So if we ever go to another hobby shop again, we'll show the hobby shop. Like we'll maybe show it on the outside. We'll maybe say like the town that we're in. But
look at a little bit of stuff inside. But
if there is a bunch of really good stuff, we're not going to show it to you.
Well,
and we're not going to mention that it's there.
Like I said, it's one of those deals. We videoed basically everything there, and the people that went there to scalp, they were so comfortable to justify the time and money to go there because they knew what exactly was there and how much of it was there.
I mean, we're talking people spend hundreds.
Now, for example, like if I went to a hobby shop and I picked up, say, an Ertl smudger, for example. I'm like, oh yeah, look, I got an Ertl smudger, but I didn't say, where I got it. Some of these people, they'd be reluctant to do that because what if that was the only one?
Yeah.
What if that was the only one? What if there's not another one?
Yeah.
Or what if there's...
So, I mean, we're talking about...
But the fact that people saw that there was dozens of them there.
And it's just crazy because there was only like 200 or 300 people that actually saw the video in the first place.
One year
we went to the hobby shop.
In 1 year, it pulled basically 300 views.
But it only had about 100, like 80 or 100 views by the time the scalping began. So it's just really crazy to me that even though only like 80 or 100 people saw it per YouTube's analytics, apparently that's all it took for the scalpers to come in and take everything. That's all it took. If it would have blown up, if the video would have got like, let's say like 1,000 views or something, then I would be like, yeah, I could kind of see why people coming. But this place just really did not. Is that that's Clarion, huh?
Looks like Clarion.
That's Clarion. Yeah, that's the Clarion model shop. That's so funny that they're using a picture of Clarion.
Well, the guy that runs the Clarion shop also has this one.
Okay. But yeah, that's definitely Clarion. Sorry, we're looking at This hobby shop.
Oh, geez. They were running RC cars in the streets.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. That's Gravedigger. That's so cool. But yeah, we're never gonna do anything like that ever again. I'm not saying that we're never gonna show off places anymore, but we're just gonna be a lot less descriptive.
It's
about it.
Unfortunately, it's a hard lesson to learn. You know, like you and I even said there, you know, we don't regret making the video. We just
we hate what happened, as you know.
The video itself is not a bad video, but it definitely had unforeseen consequences.
It had unforeseen ramifications, absolutely. And it sucks that the shop's closing. But like I said, maybe the shop was always going to close, especially if business was slow.
Yeah.
But I definitely do feel
at least
scalping had an influence on it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that the scalping had an influence on the decision to eventually close it. Because basically, when the scalpers had gotten everything and the word had gotten out that all the stuff was gone, I think that there probably just wasn't a lot of reason for people to go there anymore, even though this is a great shop. I mean, they had, Thomas the Tank Engine aside, they had so much stuff at this shop. And I'm kind of halfway tempted to post the link to the auction, but
don't even think about it.
I kind of want some of the items myself, so I'm not going to let y'all have them. Sorry.
I mean, it's just...
but they're auctioning everything in the store, and everything starts at $1. And in 7 days, the bidding will be closed.
You see, I mean, that's the thing. You could go into the shop, you could find things that you possibly couldn't find on eBay, and you could find things that were well priced, you know, like 30, 40, 50% less than what you pay on eBay. But it's, and you know, we're talking like older stuff too,
right?
You know, stuff that's been out of production for years, stuff that, you know, and it's like you could pick it up at the time for a really great deal. But it's like when all the scalping went through, it was not just the Thomas stuff that was a target, it was basically everything. Another example I was telling Zach about is if you go back to the video we did when we went there the first time and looked at the display cabinet and all the model trains in it,
it was pretty full.
Yeah, but you look at it now,
and it's not
a lot of stuff. So it's like, you know, it was not just people going in there and scalping.
So like people probably came for the Thomas, but then bought other things too, because it wasn't like it was just Thomas that had gotten scalped. There were a lot of model trains that did get scalped as well, because they were just selling this stuff for, like, I don't want to say pennies on the dollar, but
they were charging basically charging late 90s, early 2000 prices for in 2021.
Like we were in the year 2021, and these items were priced as if you were buying them like in the 90s or the 2000s.
You know, because an example is if you looked at the price tags.
The price tags had a date on them.
Yeah.
Some of these price tags hadn't been updated in 10 years, literally. Like they got priced 10 years ago. You know, it's crazy. So, like I said, it's kind of like this place, this town, this area, this region is definitely kind of living not in the modern times, I would say.
Yeah.
Which can be good or bad. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm stepping back in time about 20 years or so.
Well, and then it's like,
I come up here.
It's like you were saying with the scalping too. It's crazy. You had all these people that went to extreme lengths to scalp a rural hobby shop.
Because it is not easy to get here. It is not easy to get here. You either have to fly a very expensive flight, or you have to drive a very long drive. This is a very, very isolated region, with the closest major city being 2 hours away, which, I mean, I guess 2 hours away is still kind of cool. But, I mean, we're not living in the Midwest. We're not living in the Four Corners, so we're not that isolated. But this is still not the easiest place to get to. No. So it's really amazing.
And then, of course, we got all the mountains here, too.
Right. And sometimes the weather sucks, you know. So this is really, driving up here is kind of dangerous, too. Like, if you're not familiar with the terrain and the territory, and you go flying down some of these blind curves, some of these blind hills, your ass is going to fall down the mountain. Like, I would say it's a little dangerous to drive up here, too. some of the like the interstates are labeled pretty well, but like some of these back roads that I ride on, I gotta like drive them really slowly because like I'll come up the top of a hill and then there's like a curve, and if I came up that hill just 20 miles per hour faster, boom, I'd be down the side of the mountain. Not even joking.
Never to be
Not even
seen
joking.
again.
Not even no, because ain't no cell phone signal. So my GPS ain't gonna work. I always have to set my GPS up like before I leave, because even if you lose your signal, yes, their roads are like roller coasters. Absolutely, like these roads over here, they make my stomach sick because it's shoo, shoo,
Here's something for you.
shoo, shoo, just like that, with the sound effects and everything.
This bag of turf, I purchased this from the hobby shop. What, a year ago now?
It has a 2018 label. That's when it was priced.
3/19 of 18.
March 19th, 2018. So that's not the oldest
but yeah,
thing
it's
in the
not
world,
old, but
you
it's definitely been sitting there a while.
You can see that they don't go through the inventory that much to reprice.
I mean, if I were to go upstairs and get some of the mint and box Ertls that I purchased there,
they're in the attic or something?
No, they're just up in my room. You would see like a 1998 price tag on one of them, I'm sure. And that's exactly how long they've been sitting there.
Probably so. Or at least the 2000s.
But it's just crazy. You know, the whole situation, it's just from start to finish, it's crazy. Just everything that went down. Let's see what else. No idea.
I don't know. We've been talking for a while, yeah.
Well, we've cracked the 1 hour mark, so
yeah. We're gonna do this, it can be done. And it's all time to get there.
Your singing sucks.
I know, it's gonna get us demonetized.
No.
Have you ever considered a 3D printer?
No, I mean, I've definitely seen things I could use one for, but you know, my biggest thing is if I'm going to invest in a 3D printer, I'm going to invest in one that's
small.
No, I'm going to invest in one that's really good. A lot of guys are talking up. I think they call it the Anycubic Photon, which is a resin printer, like a UV resin printer. They're said to be pretty good. So, you know, I'd probably look into something like that. The only problem with resin, though, is they say, first off, if you sand it, you got to be careful because the dust is toxic. Then they also say that with the resin, it's more brittle. So,
well, I definitely don't want toxic dust in my lungs. That sounds really dangerous.
What else to talk about? We all happy, kind of.
So in review, that's some nice trains. God, Corey, I don't want to see the stupid images no more, because the more I see those images, the more I'm pissed off that you were wrong about it.
Well, what do you expect? A typical business is open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
I expect you to look and see when the business is actually gonna be open, especially if I'm flying 1,000 miles. Because he told me about this place like before I came here. Like, oh yeah, man, we're gonna go check out this new place, and it's gonna be so cool. And here I am looking like, when's it open? When I'm not here. I swear to God, the next time that I come here, I need to come during the week. I usually come during the weekend, but like last year when me and Nick came, we actually did come during the week. We came here on a Sunday, and we left like on Friday or Saturday morning, something like that. And there was so much to do during. Oh, bye, Douglas. Bye. Douglas is leaving. Bye, Douglas.
See you, Douglas.
Thanks for listening.
Come back soon.
Thanks for listening. Oh, we got 4 people now. Hey, people, welcome. the next time I come visit Corey, which will either be later this year or next year, just not when it's cold, because Honey Bunny, I cannot handle the chills over here. Terrence the Tractor 525, Christian's very good.
Yes.
No, next time I come, I'm gonna come during the week
Board game
because
night.
there is nothing to do here on the weekend. You would think that the weekend would be like, oh, they got Bachman Thomas.
Yep.
I want to see. Let me see the stupid photos.
Oh, you can look it up on your own phone.
I can look it up on my own time. Listen to the sass. Listen to the sassiness. Down in Louisiana, we call that being sassy. He's being sassy. We don't say salty. We usually say sassy. I mean, salty is different from sassy, though, but
yes.
you're going to hear a lot of people say sassy.
Salty the Dockyard Diesel.
Dang, how long this place been open? They got something from December.
No, this was the Clarion Train show.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Is that water? Was that water in the store? Is that what the emergency was?
No.
No, that's water, Corey.
Oh.
That's water. Oh, God, that's an emergency.
Yeah, that might cause some minor inconvenience.
Golly.
Oh, that reminds me. I was going to look up. Got to get the goggle first.
So, yeah, on Tuesday morning, I have an 11 o'clock flight to drive back to Pittsburgh. I'm going to have to leave here. It sucks, but I remember seeing you in the Train World Thomas Tuesday video back in 2018. Probably who? Corey? Corey was in like a Bachman interview last year with Christian. Something like that. Oh, you looking at that locomotive we saw today? So we saw a dilapidated locomotive.
That's it.
That's the exact same one right there.
P&L 8322. That's it.
Damn. Is that so? There's only one engine with that brand and that name.
Guess so.
And we found it in abandoned. Can you look at the history on it and see what it says?
Let me see here.
We to avoid some traffic, and we found a very disused rail yard. It was called Buffalo and Pittsburgh Equipment Company or something like that. And it had some railroad tracks. I say disused because it was located next to an active business. It was located to an active business. There was a lot of signs that said, do not trespass, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I still told them
1990 was when that photo was taken.
Wow.
So I wonder how long it's been sitting there.
Wow. So we found this locomotive today. What's it called?
2/24/1990. PL&E 8322.
Yeah. We found PL&E.
GP10.
We found a locomotive dilapidated today. Corey didn't want to take no photos. He's like, oh, we shouldn't be here. Oh, we're going to get caught. We're going to get in trouble. And I'm like, shut up. We're not crossing the signs. We're not climbing on the things. We're just walking.
Hey, if you want to.
So Corey doesn't want to incriminate himself by posting any photos or videos of it. But we did go to this place with like old buildings and old train. They had a coach. They had a boxcar. They had 2 trolleys. And the trolleys were railed. Like they were sitting on the standard gauge rails. So I guess they were standard gauge trolleys. You know, I'm not sure. It's kind of crazy though. But it was cool. I really liked it a lot. I'm gonna post about it like on my social medias, but Corey don't want to post about it. I'm gonna send him all the photos and videos anyways, though, in case he reconsiders and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna post this.
Yep.
Because we gone.
It's
We
good
gone.
time.
We're not there no more. What they gonna do?
I don't know.
So tomorrow we're gonna do Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles video, and because we don't really have anything planned tomorrow, we probably will be spending like all day tomorrow, like filming it and editing it. And it would be nice if it could be done before I leave, especially if we have no other plans to do. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. We're probably getting to the end of the live stream. I mean, an hour and 10 minutes is pretty good. Are there any other things you want to talk about, Corey? Because I'm long-winded, but I feel like I'm done.
I'm kind of, thinking probably wrap things up before.
Because we're gonna do like another live stream like Monday night before I go. Sorry to hear that you're lagging, but we're gonna post this on YouTube and you can watch it there. The little bits that you didn't get to see. We'll do one more live stream Monday night just to kind of put a bow on everything. Oh, Corey, you're making the chat lag.
Oh,
yeah, you're making the chat lag, Corey. So wait till we done. Corey's looking up stuff on the damn computer. That's why it's lagging.
Well, it's not my fault. Internet's unreliable in this part of China.
China does not own us yet officially.
Yeah.
So you say we're gonna wrap it up, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we've been going on for over an hour, so
yeah,
might as well call it quits here.
Okay, we're signing off, but we'll be back Monday night to talk once more about the weekend before I go. Okay? Thanks. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you next time.